if I continue on the same this thing to both Jayant Bab and Mauzo Bab, who is a writer?
At least not me.
Who is a writer? Be it a storyteller, journalist, or the one who writes plainly the truth, even however bitter it is. What is the role of writer? Is he a mirror to the society around him, or does he become the reflection of what is shown in the mirror? I mean, you both of you can answer it.
Well, I think it is an externalization of oneself.
Yeah.
There are so many things which want to find expression. They are suppressed inside and they want to find an expression. They come out. I don't write anything. I get the stories themselves get written by me. That's what I feel. Not I don't feel it. I know it. If you ask me tomorrow to give you a story, you will pay me handsomely, but I will not be able to unless the story compels me to get itself written. By the way, since you were telling your experience, I'll tell you why I took up to writing in Konkani so vehemently. That's because I was a voracious reader, and I found all the books that I read, whether Marathi, that time Konkani was yet to evolve as a language of literature. So I found all the Marathi books that I read, Hindi or English, or even English, all the books, I didn't find my Goa in it. I didn't find my people in it. And I knew very well that there is so much to be told about my people, about my Goa, about my ethos or my culture. So that is why I felt intensely that I must take up to pen and keep writing.
Fill that gap. Yeah. Kaikini Bab, about who?
See, I also believe that, I always believe the stories or poems, they are in search of a writer.
Yeah.
Writer is never in search of a poem or something.
That is the other way you understand.
Because you have to live intensely.
Yes.
That's all. Intensely living is the main essence of, because life is non-literary.
Yes.
Life has no structure. Life is absolutely non-literary and it just flows. We try to make sense out of it by giving our own structure, by giving our own windows. So we try to figure it out.
Yes.
So there is no a kind of a why you become a writer. It's not like, it's like it just happens. It's a virus attack.
Yes.
And it's a human possibility. I don't even believe that many people don't like me telling this. Some people think writing, you have to be special man and specially gifted. I think it's a human possibility.
Yes. Yes.
Like any plant gives a flower, every human being can write. Only thing is he has to be exposed to it at the right time.
And living intensely.
Intensely. When you are exposed to a good poetry or good writing, at that time you feel like writing. I was exposed to writing in a different way because I was in hostel and somebody said that he is a writer. So I was given job of writing love letters.
Oh, I see.
All boys used to come and ask me to write love letters.
Okay.
But that was a big this thing, all letters should be in a little different way. You can't write in the same rhetoric to all the girls. Style. And I remember, one of my friend, he's a big politician now. So I had given him written him love letter.
You can mention the name. We don't mind.
So that letter was given, and at that time we were no today's like WhatsApp message, nothing. No? A letter, giving books, typical Rajendra Kumar style.
Yeah.
Ye mera prema patra padkar, that kind of a thing. So he had already given a letter to her, and we were going in a group walking, and they were coming in a group, those girls, and that girl and him, my friend, hero and heroine, they exchanged a smile, a very intense smile. That is understandable. But I too smiled at her in a very funny way. That was a very silly smile I have ever done in my life.
Okay.
Very absurd. She is not bothered who I am.
Yeah.
But I am also giving, I also played some role in your...
Exactly.
That kind of a sheepish smile.
Yeah.
Like when Ishwar and Parvati come in a film, no?
Yeah.
Ishwar tells Bhakta, tu ashikar, tashikar. Then Parvati keeps doing like this. Like something. She has no dialogues.
Yeah.
She only expressions.
Yeah.
That kind of expression I was giving.
Yeah.
So but that this role playing was going around.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, that's the thing, you know. Moment you say writer,
Yeah.
there's the image around it.
Yeah.
Oh, writer होके तुम ऐसा होता है.
Yeah.
Even in my lyric writing, many directors don't pay me.
Okay.
Then I said, I tell them, अरे यार payment नहीं आया. साहब आप writer होके ऐसा बात करता है. See, writer means you have to be in a rented house,
Yeah.
phata chappal.
Yeah.
You have to look as if somebody has picked your pocket just now. So that kind of image people have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, just
Anyway,
continue-
sorry, I don't know. You asked something else, I'm telling
No,
something
no,
else.
please take the liberty. But talking on the same subject, what is reality to a writer? I mean, the subjects which you are pretty much interested. What is
Yeah.
the reality? How he hits it and
Yeah.
how he responds to it?
Yeah, it's a very nice point, because many people use this word reality, vastava, in a very different way. So they ask you, do you write what is based on reality, or do you write exactly what is, or somebody says, "Yen naditidiyo adanne bardidare." See, but they are all very, actually for a writer, what he writes is real. He is so intense in it, what he writes is real. I want to give you a small anecdote about this, which is my very favorite anecdote. Yashwant Chittal, most of us know here, Konkani people. He is a Konkani who wrote in Kannada. He wrote wonderful novels, Shikari, Purushottama, and his short stories. He was, all his lifetime he was in Bombay, in Bandra. So when he was writing novels, we used to go to his home. We were bachelors. We
Okay.
thought weekend if you go, we get good food and all that.
Yeah.
So he thought we were coming for his novel. He used to read it out. He used to read the novels and we used to go. So one day I got little stuck in Dadar.
Okay.
दादर में लेट हो गया. सो हांव लेट जालो म्हणून गेलो. हांव म्हळें म्हाका दादरांत चिके ट्रेन लेट जालें म्हळें. सो इमिजिएटली बिकेम वेरी सिरियस. ही सेड, ओ दादर म्हळ्यार म्हाका मस्त वायट दिसता. आय फील बॅड. मोमेंट यू से दादर, I feel sad. I was wondering why he is feeling sad for Dadar. I thought maybe his pocket might have been picked sometime.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a very
Typical
pickpocket
possibility, yeah.
pickpocket point. I said, what happened? He said, my Nirmala died in Dadar. I don't know, who is Nirmala? I know all his relatives. He खंयच्यान आयली Nirmala. म्हणून हांव थिंक करता. Then I remembered his Muru Darigalu novel heroine is Nirmala.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Nirmala, Muru Darigalu Nirmala. But then I remembered, in Muru Darigalu, she dies in Karwar actually.
Okay. Okay.
She commits suicide in Karwar. But he is telling Dadar. I said, "Ti thai Karwar martane thi." He said, no. I was coming from Hyderabad in Begumpet Express. I was writing the last chapter. When Nirmala committed suicide, बाहेर पळयता दादर आयिल्ले म्हणाला. See, sorry, then he said, I got out of the train as if I was mourning. आमले घरांतूच कोणकी गेले अशें दिसलें म्हाका. तान्याचे मारून उडयला तेका एक्चुअली. He has killed her and he is mourning now. But for him it is so real.
Yeah.
That's why for a writer, what he writes is real. There is no more, this thing, credentials required for that.
Okay.
That's what I feel.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'll just say,
Yeah, please.
yeah, I fully agree with him.
Yeah.
वास्तव राइटर क्रिएट करता.
Okay.
And it is not different from the वास्तव otherwise.
Hmm.
पूण तांणी केल्लें तें कलात्मक आसता.
Okay.
ताका लागून लोक ताजे कडेन अट्रॅक्ट जातात. And now since he was telling about characters, I'll tell you, when I got this Katha award for my story, Mingle Skin, I was invited to correct the award
Okay.
at a seminar. And I was very well received, very warmly. And then once I went inside, one lady came and asked me, how is Felicine? I said, who is Felicine? I don't know. Maybe she has mistaken me for somebody. And then she said, then I realized she is the character in the
your story.
So I'm telling you, the impact that stories can make as real
Yeah.
is what I have also experienced.
Yeah. Thank you. In your book, Mauzabab, to you, in this Ink of Dissent, which he has recently written in 2018, right? It's published in 2018? 19. Oh, as recent as 2019. You fret about there being scarcity of role models, the present generation, for the younger generation rather. The people in high offices have shown symptoms of degenerated moral values. And you have even given an example here, which I don't want to mention because we have just passed election result. I don't want to mention it. But how do you fill in that gap of scarcity for role models? How the next generation is going to be transformed into a generation that is responsible, that is morally sustainable generation? What is as a writer, what is your answer to this scarcity
I have my own apprehensions about this youth. Because I find when I buy Times of India, it is the, what do you call it, magazine section that they publish is more sought after by the youth. They want to read about the artists, the films and film artists, and for them they are the role models. So I feel very sad about it. And they try to imitate them. That's worst part of it. But then again, in the real life also, in day-to-day life, we don't find role models for the youth. And those role models whom our youth need to emulate, I find they are very far from what they should be. So I feel even in the political spheres, there was a time when after Nehru Gandhi, we still had Jayaprakash Narayan to look after as an idol. We continue to have different people to whom we would adore. But today, unfortunately, we don't have proper role models who will be inspiring our youth. And that is why I'm little apprehensive that our youth can go astray. So that is my concern.
Jain Bab, you want to add to that?
That's all because the society is no more becoming part of our experience. We don't experience society at all. We are in isolation. We are in a virtual world. We can't. We go to Jog Falls, take the picture first, forward it, then search where the falls is. Come home and start looking for. See, you have created a virtual world. I give an example because many people do that, forwarding WhatsApp. I get a message in WhatsApp that there is no water for birds. ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನೀರಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಂಡೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೀರಿಡಿ. Immediately I forward it to 10 people. He forwards it to 100. So within 2 hours it goes to lakhs of people. Not a single person keeps a glass of water. But everybody thinks he has done a great environment friendly activity. Even his walk changes. He thinks he's a environmental activist. This shows how pseudo sense of participation. It is not actual participation. We are thinking we are doing something. So that is taking the pleasure of living away. Even the role model you said, it's a very thing, because role models come when you experience and you see people, no?
Yes.
You don't see people at all. You are not identified yourself with anybody.
Yes.
You are identified with only your DP icon. What is that? That what you call some word?
The DP.
Yes, only that. So that's how the problem is. So I remember, and suddenly the materialistic signals being given to children from the society. Schools earlier we used to have guests who were real achievers, not money achievers. I remember in Gokarna school, there was a KSRTC driver who retired without any record of accidents. He was honored by his department. He was a chief guest for our school annual day gathering. Same way, there was a Natak company of Inigi Balappa, which used to come for Shivratri. There was one fellow called as Jattaya, who was a blind harmonium player. He comes in one of my stories in Pammechana Shivaratri.
Okay.
So he was a chief guest for our school. So they were the role models for us. So I want to become a musician. I want to become a driver. See, these are the kind of a thing. But now, see, people call in schools and colleges only people who they think they can give you donations.
Yes.
So that kind of a shift from achieving in real sense and achieving only by monetary wise, that shift has caused shift in the role models. Even I had a big problem with Kaun Banega Karodpati, that show, because the children were going to a school and the principal sent me a letter that you please ensure that your children see this Kaun Banega Karodpati so that their general knowledge goes
up.
I was very angry. I went and I fought with them. I said, because that was the first serial in India which glorified money in the name of knowledge.
Yes.
Till then, there was no glorification in children. It is a children's show. And children also watch it.
Yeah,
and sometimes children also come there.
Yeah.
For example, Amitabh Bachchan will ask, Australia ka national flag ka color kaun sa hai? Nobody is that much amused. Ab 10 lakh ka sawal hai, he says.
Yeah.
Suddenly everybody like this. By the way, my 15 lakhs, the $2,500 for the book, half goes to the translator.
Okay. You remember the right time?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, ab 10 lakh ka sawal hai. Then everybody is like this. Australia ka national flag ka color kaun sa hai? So, this is how anything which doesn't have a money tag is not worth acquiring.
Yeah.
Any information. So, that message got to the children. So, that's how it happened. Even I remember, I was coming as a jury in one of the shows. Ede tumbe haduvenu.
Okay.
Taya avu ekalo jury mane tashil. Once I went to Dharwad for some marriage. So marriage antu one small boy came to me. Sir, ನೀವು ಟಿವಿಲಿ ಬರ್ತೀರಲ್ರಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಹೌದಪ್ಪ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕುರ್ಚಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತಿರ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು. ಹೌದು, ಕುರ್ಚಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ಕೂತಿರ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ನಾನು ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಬರ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. It was a music show. Children come and sing. I was very happy. I said, you are from Dharwad. Dharwad is a den of musicians.
Yeah.
You learn music and you will come. You come. He said, no. Judge ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ. He wants to become a judge.
Judge straight away.
Power position.
Yes.
See, power and this money. So that shift in the society itself, across the dining table, whom we are talking about, what you are talking about,
yes.
that all matters. See, that's why the shift has happened. That's what I feel about it.
Yes. Thank you. Coming back to Jayant Baba, to your Bombay, this thing, Bombay description, most of your stories have Katkar Kaka, Chandu, Asavari Lokande. I mean, very much Marathi kind of thing, which is the essence of Bombay. Popat, then Pundukot, then Parul, such these things. You find, these people have a lot of places in your stories. What makes you to pay attention to them? And the mini details of Bombay life. No Presents Please is one of them, one of the 16 stories where Popat and Asavari Lokande, lover couple, where they meet to select the wedding invitation under the Ghatkopar flyover, below the Ghatkopar flyover. And you say empty wedding cards looked like municipal housing board flats where no one wanted to stay. Those empty wedding cards. I mean, you can, of course, need not to respond to these things, but entirely about your Bombay, mini details of Bombay life.
That's how, because it's all about intensity of your living. How you think it automatically, it's like, and you said names of my characters. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
They will also be very happy. See, multilingual sensibility is a great virtue in India. Each one of us, we Konkanis by default, we know 2-3 languages. Konkani and Kannada and English. Same way, if you have a different neighbor, in India, especially in Bombay, you can learn 4 or 5 languages. It's a big virtue. And because each language opens up a file in your mind. It's very interesting. So in Bombay, when I was there, I was speaking Konkani at home. And in local train, I will speak in Hindi with my co-commuters.
Okay.
When I go to office with my workers and all, I talked in Marathi.
Mm.
With my boss, I fought in English.
Yeah.
Then I came home and wrote in Kannada.
Yes.
See, and all of these people, they are all Gujaratis, Marathis, Bengalis, all are them. They all came in my story and they talked in Kannada.
Yes.
See, that's a very interesting kind of a thing. You cannot ask why I am writing story in Kannada.
Yeah.
So that multilingual sensibility gives a kind of osmosis is there, you know.
Yeah.
So it is not just the language itself becomes a metaphor.
Yes.
It is not just a spoken language.
Yeah.
So the micro details, whatever it is,
Yeah.
they all become a kind of a metaphors and images. And images are what, see, Yashwant Chittal, again I quote him because he has influenced me so much. He always said, experience leaves its mark in your mind as an image.
Yeah.
Any experience will leave its mark as an image. So those images are automatically there. They
Okay.
automatically come.
Okay.